Hello, it's Carrie Cordy. It is Thursday the 20th in October 2016. I did want to talk about something specific today, and being transgender. I don't know how common it is. I know that it happens. And this is something that's happening to me. And what this is changing, um, I guess you could say, sexual preference. I've said in a lot of videos that I'm attracted to women, only women, and then it was bisexual, leaning heavily towards women. And I find that the longer I'm on hormones and the more I look and feel like a woman, it's changing with me. I've found that I'm attracted to men. How much or how little, I'm not sure. Because this was quite a shock. I was really, when I found out that changing sexual preferences or, who you're attracted to. It, when I first found that out, I was so vocal that I didn't want it to change. And, growing up religious is, you're not allowed to like boys because of the whole association you can imagine with a religion in Utah in the 80s. So, there's one guy in specific that I really am just crazy about. We just kind of seem to fit. And we've talked a lot. I've told him about how I feel, and we're really good friends. And this is something that's really different for me. This feels so different. And the way that I think about him and like when it gets into the whole sexual fantasies is it's really different than the way that I had these about women, which was with women, heavily physically attracted. On top of, it's my little friend. I got her yesterday. I recommend having a pet, especially if you're trans. Somebody to come home to that loves you no matter what, that doesn't judge you. It is important. And I've been wanting to get a kitty for a while, and it worked out. Um, so this friend of mine, I've told him how I feel and we've talked about it, and it's something that, we need to talk about on a regular kind of basis, like maybe once a week kind of thing. And I hope it doesn't really put a real big stress on the friendship as far as, needing to keep distance from me or me from him. But we have a real good respect for each other. And oh yeah, I was telling about sex. God. Um, God. So with women, it was the physical attraction, getting down to the dirty, as it were. These are sexual fantasies. But with guys, and especially this guy, the fantasies aren't like that. I find that I am reacting so typically female. I want to be held and maybe have something, lead into that kiss and then go from there. And at the end, it's, the sexual fantasies. But, it leading up to it is different. What I need is different. And it's funny that I fought so long against something like this because I never could look at it like maybe I would be really happy, far more happier. But I didn't look at it like that. There are times when I feel like just a complete freak. I really do. But far more often, I can smile because I'm myself, and never, never will I go back to living that other way. It's just unimaginable for me. Or when, yeah, I want to say when those thoughts creep in, but it's just horrifying when they do. And it's not often that they do. It's usually me thinking about like an association I have with my family and a question that they would probably ask more than any other. And I know they care for me, and I know they love me, and I'm really kind of getting over my shit here. Oh, I got a message from my next oldest brother, and he was the one I would thought would reject me the fastest and the most. And by far, he's made more effort than all the others, and I haven't given him any credit in these videos for it. So I do thank you and love you, because he has watched some of these. And that means a lot. And he informed me that he has talked about me with a couple of his kids. There's one more he hasn't told, but, you know, he's their father, and he will deal with that as he sees fit. Doesn't mean that I'm not hurt by what I feel or think I see with how they react to me and the very little interactions we have, which is just over phone calls or messages. And even when things were good with my family, I still couldn't really talk to them a lot. And that meant the world. And I have yet to respond to his text because I have other things coming up and things I do. Because my friends mean a lot to me right now. I have found people that understand. And like the last video I said, where I truly feel alone, I don't always feel alone. But then I did, and it does happen. I think it's happening less frequently. And being trans, you know, some people say, you know, you get the best of both worlds, but that's only if you're bisexual. And, you know, there are times when I think that, oh, if only I was born differently. But then I wouldn't be who I am. Going through the struggles and being tested is important. And I've always kind of really disliked when I hear people say, oh God, why do bad things happen to good people? And it's like, well, fuck. Jesus said this at the very end of John. You know, if you love me, then the world will hate you as the world has hated me. And more or less, why would you expect it to be any different? Because are you higher than Jesus or God or whatever? And my struggles shows that not only does God have me, because I get what I need, and I've said many times right now, even though I don't have much money and I'm waiting for payday, you know, my shit's taken care of. My kitty shit's taken care of. And anytime I sit down, she comes and sits on me. She loves me. I need that contact. And I need the love too. And it's amazing, like I was talking to my friend last night. It's amazing the stuff that I can handle now. Stuff that I never thought I would be able to handle. And competently and semi-coolly, as he will attest. I lose my shit sometimes. But to have someone that's understanding, like all my friends are, that is such a new experience. And it's something that I felt before, but never this consistent. I need this consistency. And I'm finally getting stability in my life, even though these things happen. And like my dear friend said last night, you know, if, you know, you found somebody in need, you would just help them without thinking about it. You would offer anything you could. And yet, at the same time, you didn't know where you were going to be sleeping that night. And that's not something that I really thought about as unusual. It's just who I am. Because I know how close I can take my shit. I can bring my shit down to nothing. But I will be goddamned if I let a loved one go through shit that I can help with. Because I couldn't live with myself. And it's nice to have a friend that would say these things and trust me enough that I can handle it like a person. I love it when people trust me to be honest. It means the world. It really does. To change subjects, I don't think I'm going to be posting old videos for a while. I'd rather just kind of talk like I do. It's really difficult for me going through those videos. You know, I can watch myself back then, but, you know, that person is unrecognizable to me. I recognize the heart. Because it's always been mine, no matter what I've looked like. I recognize the heart. But that's it. And so it is difficult. And it's hard because to find one that really fits with whatever it was I was talking about, I have to go through a lot of them. And I just don't even want to count how many I have. You know, going through old photos and times in my past where I can still remember what I was thinking when these photos were taken. And a lot of the times it's, who will I be when I look back at this years from now? If only I knew how happy I could be. Because I feel like I'm growing up for the first time in my life. I went for so long just wondering, when's my turn? When's my turn? Because I'll be the kind of person that goes last, just to give everybody else a chance. Everybody needs a chance, and I'm realizing that now it's my chance. I've waited long enough. So I have deep thanks in my heart. So many things line up, and they line up quickly and all at once. And unpredictably, too. And for everybody that gives a shit, I want you to know I give a shit too. Because if you care enough to listen, I can care enough to listen. There's a lot else I could say, but I need to do a little bit of cleaning. Because I'm getting things done that I don't take enough time to get done. I never thought I would feel that there was too few hours in the day. I did feel that in my past, but it's never been a constant. And it's not something that paralyzes me like it would. Too much to do. Too much to do. How am I going to do it? Where do I start? Now those things are simpler. They fall into place without much effort. I love not feeling paralyzed. It still comes. It does, but not very often. And for that, I'm very grateful. It shows that I'm learning, and it shows that I'm growing. And after all I've been through, I didn't take the excuse to let it break me. That I could still follow my heart. And it wasn't too painful to do so. And the more I follow my heart, the stronger and happier I become. Because I talk about things now I would have desperately hidden. Life is good. And everybody, thank you for listening. Truly. Because this helps me. And I need that. So I hope it helps you too. We all need to feel like there's someone else out there that gets it. No matter what it happens to be. And I hope everybody out there finds their it. Find it. Go out. Take a chance. I ran from fear. Fear that it would go bad. I can't let it go bad again. I can't let myself get hope again. And I realized by running from the bad, I was also running from the good. I need to take that chance. I need to take the chance that I could be broken. Because if I'm not, it's worth it. Once again, thank you. I'll talk to you later.